In this video we're having a look at the Parkside Performance 12 volt angle grinder, model PPWSA12A1. It has a brushless motor that spins at around 20,000 RPM, and it uses 76mm discs, of which 2 are included, one for stone and one for metal. It does not include a battery or a charger. It has a maximum cutting depth of only 16.3mm. The blade can spin both forward and in reverse, quite a unique feature for an angle grinder. Another nice touch is that it comes with a dust hood that also serves as a depth and parallel guide. It was manufactured by Compernas in China. The case is made of hard plastic with metal latches and hinges, and it is quite large for the bare tool. The only included accessory is this tile cutting disc. It looks quite well made with plenty of diamond particles in the cutting edge. The metal cutting disc they mentioned on the box is already mounted on the tool. There is no spare one. In the case we can fit the tool, a charger, 2 batteries, either 2 amps or 5 amps, and some spare grinding wheels. The angle grinder comes with the dust cover already mounted. It has a painted metal base that reminds me of circular saws. And just like circular saws, it has a depth adjustment from 0 to 15mm. Removing the cover is quite easy. Just lower the base as much as possible, then push the red button and you can take it off. Putting it on is even easier. It just snaps in place. The dust cover itself is quite well made, from glass fibre reinforced plastic. We'll test it later to see how useful it is with a parallel guide. The actual blade guard is made of thick metal, and it is adjustable to 3 positions. But I think only the first one is actually practical to use because of the shape of the motor. The red button is a standard axle lock, and we'll use it when changing the blade later in the video. This other button is similar to those found in hand drills and has 3 positions: forward, reverse and locked in the middle. The handle is completely covered in rubber for a better grip. And I really like the way it looks and the way it sits in the hand. They did a really good job designing this, only if it was red, it would have been perfect. Here you can see the battery indicator and 2 LEDs indicating the forward or reverse rotation. It has a fast electronic brake like all the other brushless Parkside tools. It only has one speed, 20,000 RPM. If you are wondering, like me, why such a tool exists when there are plenty of cordless angle grinders on the market, let's see it side by side with this brushless Makita. First of all, there's a noticeable size difference. And if you are a plumber, electrician or handyman and want to only carry a small bag of tools on the job, the small form factor is a huge plus, especially if you also use a 12-volt drill. There is also a significant weight difference. 2.5 kilograms for the Makita, and only 950 grams for the Parkside. Again, a huge factor when having to carry a bag of tools all day. Noise is not as important when we're talking about angle grinders, but since the Parkside is a direct drive, it makes a lot less noise than the gears in the Makita. The difference in disc size is quite significant. If you are familiar with how pizza works, you realise that you'll get a lot more use out of a 125mm disc than a 76mm one. Speaking of use, I'm sure you want to finally see the Parkside in action. The disc looks rough, but it's not that much worn off. It seems to be of better quality than the green ones. I plan to buy DeWalt consumables for it anyway. Replacing it is similar to circular saws. You lock the blade and remove the left-hand threaded bolt. The washer looks to be powdered metal, a strange choice. I hope it is well built. I'm going to put the stone cutting disc on and try to cut some tile, since it is one of the things I plan to use it on when doing small plumbing repairs. But I don't have high hopes for it. Cutting tiles will be tough for such a small machine. The whole cut took less than a minute, and it did a great job. You're not going to tile your entire bathroom with this, but if you need to do a small repair on a job, it would be nice to have this tool with you. The parallel guide can also be used to cut straight lines in sheet metal and other materials like plastic or plywood with the multi-material blade. It took 30 seconds and it produced a nice straight cut, and the blade shows no real signs of wear. So far I am pleasantly surprised with this tool. When I first saw it I thought it is a useless toy, especially since I already own an 18-volt angle grinder. But the size and weight of this thing makes it ideal to carry in your tool bag, especially paired with the 12-volt drill driver from this next video.